Welcome back. My name is SangeetaMehta and you're watching my channel, My English Magazine. Today I explain to you verbs. Now, linking verbs. What is the linking verbs? Linking verbs connect the subject of a sentence with a noun or adjective that describes or identifies it. They are used to describe the state of a subject, but they do not express any action. Some common linking verbs include be, become, appear, look, feel, sound, smell, and taste. These verbs are important in creating clear and concise sentences. Without linking verbs, our writing would be choppy and difficult to understand. Henry seems to be happy. Core feels happy. The chocolate tastes good. The fish smells terrible. You are looking happy. I feel inconvenienced. Sophie appeared calm. Roy's voice sounded friendly. There are several different names for linking verbs, the same as popular couples and national verbs. The following are the standard linking verbs in English: are, being, and, become, look, shall, be, will, be, might, be, cloud, be, had, been, has, been, have, been, have. So now I explain to you auxiliary verbs. What is the auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs, also called helping verbs, help to form the tense of a verb, phrase, or show the degree of ability, possibility, or certainty. An auxiliary verb is a verb that provides additional or supporting information about the main verb in a sentence. The auxiliary verbs help to show the perfect aspect along with the participle. The most common auxiliary verbs such as can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. So, auxiliary verbs help to form the tense of a verb, phrase, or show the degree of ability, possibility, or certainty. Examples: do you write something about me? Ro can drive a car. I am taking a coffee to release my stress. She has given her best in the debate. Here, in these examples, there are some auxiliary verbs: do, can, am, has. These are the auxiliary verbs because these words show the perfect phrase, a verb, a tense, a degree of ability, possibility, or certainty. So now, modal verbs. What is the modal verbs? Modal verbs express the mode and manners in which action takes place. They do not appear as gerunds, infinitives, or participles. The standard modal verbs in English are can, could, will, would, may, might, must, ought, to, and should. Examples of modal verbs: they can manage their one fund, we cannot fix it, could. You say it once more slowly. Will you go to school today? May I go out to play? They might find John in the library. We must say goodbye now. Young people ought to help the older man. We should sort out the problem at once. Now, modal verbs express the mode and manners in which action take place. In which the action is take place. Now, incomplete verbs. Incomplete verbs require something more than subject and object to complete the purpose of the sentence. The most common incomplete verbs are become, look, seem, appear, smell, make, call, and taste. Examples: she became incomplete. She becomes happy, complete. I am appears, Liam appears incomplete. Liam appears in the examination complete. So, became, when she became, this is incomplete. When the sentence is she becomes happy, this is complete. So, finite verbs. What is a finite verb? A finite verb is a verb that has a subject. The subject of a verb and thus the subject or the clause or sentence in which that verb appears is the factor responsible for the action or activity indicated by the verb. For example, rock bands. Subject, attract, verb, big audience. You, subject. Believe, verb, her. Members of the committee, subject. Consider, verb, the planning proposal. So, now I explain to you infinitive verbs. An infinitive verbs is a verb in the simplest form. It is not conjugated and is not attached to subject. Infinitive verbs are often used as the root form of a verb or the base form. The base form is the form of the verb that is used in dictionaries. For example, the base form of walk is to walk. Non-infinitive verbs. Non-infinitive verbs are verbs that are not inflected for persons or number and do not indicate tense. There are three types of non-finite verbs: infinitive, gerunds, and participles. Non-finite verbs can function as either verb or adjective in a sentence. Final words. In conclusion, there are 8 types of verbs: action verbs, linking verbs, auxiliary verbs, modal verbs, incomplete verbs, finite verbs, infinite verbs, and non-finite. Each type of verb serves a different purpose in a sentence. When choosing a verb, it is important to select the one that most accurately describes the intended meaning. So, today I explained to you the verbs. Now, I think all of you understand the verbs, its kinds, its definition, and how we use the verb in a sentence. Okay, guys, you're watching my channel, My English Magazine. Thank you. Thank you very much.